Hi guys, and tonight I'm going to do something a little different, and I'm going to look at what we know and what we don't know so far about the production of Star Wars Episode 7. There's been a lot of rumour mill about this movie. I look forward to seeing it as much as the next Star Wars fan, the next Star Wars obsessive. Um, okay, so what we do know, the script is by Lawrence Kasdan, who wrote Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Empire Strikes Back, which I think is a good sign for this movie's quality. I think it must be better than the prequels. I actually liked the prequels, but a lot of people didn't. But I think this will improve upon them due to Kasdan's involvement. The screenplay is co-written by J.J. Abrams, who is also directing the movie. Abrams, of course, directed the two most recent Star Trek movies, which I enjoyed. A lot of people didn't, but I thought they were good reinventions of that franchise. Being a big fan of the series, I thought they did a good job of reinventing it in a similar way to how they redid Batman and James Bond and Superman and many other old series recently for the new generation. Abrams, I think, is probably better suited to Star Wars than he was to Star Trek, and I think he'll do a good job on this film. Um, he also was behind the television series Alias and Felicity and Lost and Fringe, and he directed Mission Impossible 3 and Super 8. So the movie's directed by him. It has no involvement by George Lucas. He sold the property to Disney, obviously. Um, the story is based on Lucas's original notes from his original plan for episodes 7 through to 9. So there will be some of his story in there, but it's been rewritten by Kasdan and Abrams. The original draft was by Michael Arndt, who wrote Toy Story 3 and Little Miss Sunshine, but obviously his draft wasn't accepted because it's been rewritten. The film will star the original cast of the original series. Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford will all be back in episode 7, which is good news, I think. And I think Kenny Baker and Anthony Daniels as C-3PO and R2-D2 will be back. I don't think you can have a Star Wars film without C-3PO or R2-D2. They're essentials, basically. And it's very important they brought them back, so I'm very glad they did that. The film also has a few newcomers. We know that some actors have been attached to the project. Max von Sydow, who is a brilliant character actor, who's been around for decades and decades. Seventh Seal, he played Death in that film. He's a very well-known actor, and he's apparently going to play a villain in this movie. That's what I know so far. So other new cast members include Oscar Isaac. Andy Serkis is in Star Wars Episode 7, actually. Maybe as a CG character. He played Gollum and King Kong, and the ape in the new Planet of the Apes movie. He's done a lot of motion capture work, and I assume I could be wrong, but he might be playing a motion capture character in this. But we'll wait and see. We don't actually know who he's playing yet. We just know that he's involved. The film includes Adam Driver apparently as the villain of the piece, so it'll be interesting to see what his character is in the film. The film also features Domhnall Gleeson, who was in About Time, the rom-com, last year, which I enjoyed, actually. I'm not usually a big rom-com person, but I thought that film was pretty good. And I'm not sure who he plays in this film, but he's involved. The film comes out in 2015, so I eagerly anticipate it as much as the next person. What we don't know is what the story is going to be about. It's a total mystery at this point. No plot details have emerged yet. We know that it will be set approximately 30 years after Return of the Jedi, which kind of makes sense because Return of the Jedi was made in 1983, and we're now in 2014, so the ages of the original stars should match up. It should look like they've aged 30 years. So it takes place about 30 years after Jedi. And I'm not sure what it will be about. I'm assuming, I could be wrong, but I'm assuming that it will be about Han Solo and Princess Leia's children, this next film. The next generation of Jedi. And I kind of like that idea. I like the idea that each trilogy will be like a family saga, like a different time period in the Star Wars saga. So we'll have episodes 1 to 3 being about Anakin, then episodes 4 till 6 being about Luke, and then 7 to 9 being about Han's children, the next generation. Possibly with the original stars, the original trio of Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, and Mark Hamill, playing mentor-like roles, like Obi-Wan in the original trilogy, like playing smaller roles to guide their children. I think that would be a good idea. We know the film will have nothing to do with the expanded universe. So if you're hanging out for adaptations of Heir to the Empire, Timothy Zahn's novel series, or any of the other novel series, you might be disappointed. Not including any of that. They might take a few details here and there, like Lucas did with the prequels. He included some details from the books, like Coruscant being the capital world of the Republic. He took little bits and pieces here and there, but it looks like they might be ignoring the expanded universe, and I can kind of see why, because a lot of fans are fans of the movies primarily, and wouldn't know anything about the novels. They might have seen some of the Clone Wars cartoons or played some of the games, but a lot of fans know nothing of the expanded universe material. So it's a shame, but I can see why they did it. The film will be primarily filmed at Pinewood Studios in England. Yes, if you have any comments about episode 7, are you looking forward to it? Are you not looking forward to it? Please let me know in the comment section. I'll be eager to hear your comments. I'll be first in line to see it. I'll probably have to queue up. Yeah, if you have any comments, let me know, and I shall see you at the movies as soon as episode 7 comes out. This is Adam Walton. May the Force be with you.